Today, on Be Something Wonderful, transform your life with the one affirmation. It's not what you think. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, good morning and welcome back to the studios of Be Something Wonderful. Powerful video for you today. It really was one of you that reached out that said when you found our channel late last year, you were going through a horrific breakup and you also got canned or lost your job, right? This was powerful. And he said, yeah, I found your channel. And a year later, I can say to you that I'm living the dream. Now, hear the power here. It's not just a powerful statement. It became his mantra. It became his affirmation. It became his imaginal scene, his assumption that I'm living the dream. Very powerful, right? Because remember, all you exist or live or have your being in all possible realities, all possible identities, all possible dream realities or dream identities, right? This is the waking dream, the 3D physical experience. Whether it's a night dream or a waking dream or an imaginal scene, it's all real, it's all reality within that being that you are, that awareness of being that you are. I'm living the dream. Tom, a year later, I am that I am. He's got a new love, a new job, and all these great friends around him. When anybody would ask him how his love life is, or has he found a job, or how's it all working out? Well, he was imagining this new life, right? Well, he was moving through the script as the script was changing, right? Remember, he was going quietly upstairs and changing the film roll as the script would change. When anyone would ask him, he would say, I'm living the dream. Well, that's powerful. There's no resistance to that because he goes, it's all a dream. So there's no resistance. I am living the dream. But the bigger thing here, it set him free to dream his biggest dream, right? To dream that dream life. He understood that he's dreaming it all up anyway, no matter what. Why not dream that new reality? All dreams exist. I exist in all of them. Remember, you exist, you live and move and have your being, as the ancients would say, in all realities, all possibilities, all scripts, all alternative parallel versions of you and identities. This is powerful. So what are you dreaming now? That's the question. What are you dreaming up? Right? Dreaming up. Dream up that reality, that perfect desired dream life that you want. Who do you say that I am? As Jesus asked his disciples in Matthew 16:15. Very powerful. You no longer now feel the need to resist or avoid or dread questions around your manifesting and creating the life of your dreams. Because you just say, I'm living the dream. That's the answer. In him we live and we move and have our being. In who? Who is him? That's all that is. That's your I am awareness. That's the one divine mind. That's the only reality. That's your pure consciousness, pure awareness. That's the real you as the Son of God. Right? And in him we live and move and have our being. In him, in all that is, you are all that you are. In other words, you're all possibilities. You're all potential. You're dreaming all of these. And then you have this focused, this physical viewpoint or perspective as a horizontal linear experience. But you're the superimposed version of all of those multiple identities, right? Multi-dimensional, limitless personalities. You are infinite, limitless, multidimensional personality, that I am awareness and expression as the Son of Man. The Son of God in expression as the Son of Man. Expressing itself, knowing itself as all of these dreams or realities or images or possibilities, but also expressing it, knowing itself physically through some certain perspective or viewpoint that we call the physical experience, that we call the 3D physical experience. This is powerful. He didn't just dream the dream, he lived it. He's living it, he's moving it, and he's being it. He's framing it as a physical experience. I'm living the dream, right? Deciding who he is within all of these identities, within all of these possibilities. Not attached to any of them, right? To know himself as source, in him, to know himself as him, as that all that isness, as that multidimensional personality or being, that dimensionally larger reality, that dimensionally larger him. To know yourself experientially as all that is, in a limitless multidimensional personality. This is powerful. Then you create that physical frame or that physical experience, but it's all one. There's no difference, right? He's living the dream. They merge into the dream that he's living. This is powerful. There's a scene in The Chosen, which I talk about the scene at the Pool of Bethesda, as you know, as one of my favorite, but this is different. This is when Nicodemus runs into Mary. If you remember, Nicodemus tried to heal Mary of an evil spirit, right? And remember, evil spirits and demons, they all represent unwanted or negative thoughts or identities or realities that are not your choice. That's all they represent, right? And so he's trying to heal her, and he does some incense and he does some rituals. Then he runs into her and sees her healed, runs into her on the street. And he wanted to know, how did it happen? Right? Just like we want to know how. We just don't know. How did it happen? What's going on, right? And she says to him, this is really powerful. I was one way, and now I'm completely different. Wow. I was one way, and now I'm completely different. I'm healed. I'm a new identity. I'm in a new reality. And the thing that happened in between was him. In him, we live and move and I have our being. That higher awareness, that greater identity of you as the Son of God. In him, your I am awareness. That's what happens in between. This is powerful, right? And Nicodemus really wants to understand. He was believing that he did it, right? We believe that the processes or the techniques are what's doing it, right? And we don't understand, right? And so this is powerful. So in between was him. So we say, what did you do? What do I do? What do I say? We look for other people's success stories or other channels or other techniques. As we're imagining, as we're in a 3D physical experience, right? Nicodemus representing that, right? Imagining, understanding the law, being a man of the law or a man of God, but still believing it's something higher and outside of himself, right? Well, we imagine that perfect life. We still believe this is who we were, this is who we are, and this is what we imagine. We cut ourselves off from already being it. It seems out of reach. We're dreaming it, we're imagining it, we're affirming it. But we're giving more importance, more solidity, more validity, more reality to the past you who you remember to be, the current you who you appear to be, than the future you who you dream to be. You give more attention, more awareness, more solidity to this. Trying to figure out, well, what do I do? Or what did they do? Or how did they get there? What technique did they use? How did they change their life? How do I get here? Right? This is what Nicodemus represents in the scene. You should really see that scene. Right? It's very powerful. Right? And so while you're waiting, you ask, what do I do? What do I say? What did they do? Other success stories. What did they say? What did they affirm? You're looking for another technique or process or success story to keep you going into that future that always seems out of reach till you reach it, but you never reach it. Because it's always out of reach, because you're always looking for what did they do? You're believing. Like Nicodemus believes that the incense that he provided, the ceremony and the ritual is what healed Mary. But Mary drops the bomb on him, and we're going to show this in a few minutes. Mary tells him, it had nothing to do with him, Right? Imagine the shock. It has nothing to do with the people, events, and circumstances around you. It's nothing to do with your rituals and your meditations and your processes. It has to do with your awareness of being, who you are, that declaration. This is powerful. Like Nicodemus, we believe in the law. Right? When he first approached Mary, he goes, I'm a man of God. Right? In other words, I understand the law. I'm imagining, I get it. But still believing it's outside of him, that the power, the God, that God is outside of him, right? That he's a man of God, but he's not God. He studies the law, but he's not the law, right? You are the law. You are reality. You are the Lord. You look at other success stories, desperate for answers. Even Nicodemus says it, I'm desperate to know. Right? Desperate to know that answer, to understand. What did you say? What happened, Mary? How did you get there? How long did it take after I did the ceremony did you change? Believing he did it, right? What did you imagine? What did you affirm? I just want to understand. He says this, I just want to understand how it happened. I burned incense for you. And he's calling her by her old name, right? Lilith. But she's not that person anymore. She says, I don't go by that name. I'm not that reality anymore. You are healed. He says to her, you are healed. That much is clear. He understands that. That much is clear to me that you're healed, that you're no longer that person. How long after my visit did it change? And here's what she says. This is powerful. You should see this scene. We'll look to see if we can provide a link for it. It wasn't anything you did. It was someone else. He called me Mary. He said I'm his. I am redeemed. It's him. It's you. It's your higher self. It's your I am. That's your Savior. That's what redeems you from any unwanted reality, any unwanted condition, any undesired version of you. You redeem yourself. It's not anything you do with processes and techniques and rituals. It's you, that awareness that you're it. And Nicodemus says to her, and it was so? Like, oh, that's it? That he called me mine and he said, your name's Mary and you're redeemed? And she goes, yeah. She goes, I don't understand it myself. We don't really even get it from a physical perspective. Right? You can believe in the law. You can imagine and dream your new life. But until you know and understand it's nothing that you do, it's about who you are, it continues to just be a dream. Just be an imaginal scene that you never reach. Until you know who you are, until you really get that idea that it's about you, about who you are, that's the power of his mantra. Right? I'm living the dream. I know myself as source. I know that I'm the dreamer of all of it. Very powerful. Nicodemus, how long did it take you? This is what we do. How many times do you affirm it? How long do you affirm in the morning? How much is this going to take? None of that matters. It's not that. It wasn't anything like that. It wasn't anything you did. It was none of that, Mary says. It was him. Him, all that is, your higher self, your awareness of being. There you are. There's the vertical, right? You that I showed you here as all that is, as one divine mind, pure I am awareness, the real you as the Son of God, in all possibilities, all realities, all versions of you. All that is all that you are. An infinite, limitless, multidimensional personality. I am awareness, the Son of Man. The Son of God in expression as the Son of Man. And he says, I'm living the dream. Do you see this? He creates this idea. He imagines it. He affirms it. And as he does, the reality changes around him. Like Mary, I was one way. Now I'm completely different. His imagined future became his now. Now I'm complete. She goes, now I'm completely different. Wow. As you declare, I'm living the dream from the vertical, from that awareness of being, I was one way, now I'm completely different. You create this new horizontal linear experience where that past is no longer that past, no longer that unwanted reality. For Mary, she was no longer Lilibeth or Lilbeth, that possessed by a spirit, evil spirit. That's why she says, I don't answer to that name anymore when Nicodemus approached her. That's not my past anymore. I'm different. I'm Mary. I've always been Mary. She changed her past. She changed everything. By deciding who she is now, by redeeming herself now. I'm Mary. I was born Mary. I was never that unwanted reality, that unwanted identity. And then she goes on to say, and yes, I will know him for the rest of my life. Wow, creating that, the future's now. The past is now. For the rest of her life, she's going to be this new identity, this new powerful, multidimensional personality that knows who she really is. That's powerful. Whew. That's how you transform your life with one affirmation. And it's not what you think it is. What was it? What was his mantra? What was that affirmation? I'm living the dream. Imagining it, knowing that he's living the dream in the vertical right now. That it doesn't matter that he was one way. And one, like Mary says, I was one way and now I'm completely different. You're completely different now. The circumstances, it's all changing right now. You're changing the past and future and present right now through who you're being. I'm Mary, I was born Mary. Right? I don't go by that name anymore. I don't go by that identity anymore. I'm new, right? And I will know him for the rest of my life. Wow, this is powerful. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting on our videos. Thank you for being part of our Facebook group, the Ambassadors, at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful, for joining us on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kearin, TikTok at Be Something Wonderful, anywhere on social media at either Tom Kearin or Be Something Wonderful, you can find us. And also for being part of the membership channel. We will be releasing the new date and time of the new live event that will be in December. It'll be our holiday live stream on the Be Something Wonderful membership channel. We're going to chat with you. I'm going to answer your questions live during the event, and also go over your questions that you've been sending to us at info@besomethingwonderful.com. Creators with great love, with great light and infinite gratitude. This is Tom Kearin here in the studios of Be Something Wonderful. Until next time, we'll see you soon.